Good afternoon. My name is Elena Shevtsova. I am an immigration attorney from Brooklyn, New York. In today's Legally Speaking seminar, I would like to talk to you about automatic employment authorization extensions. It's very important to maintain your employment authorization eligibility in the United States, especially nowadays when almost every employer will check for that and has to do that under federal law. So in many categories, if you have an application pending or have some sort of a status, you will be able to receive an automatic extension of your employment eligibility, employment authorization, even if your employment authorization that you have currently, like your employment authorization card, expired. What do you need to do for that? Well, first of all, you need to make sure that your category is eligible for the automatic extension, because not every category is eligible. Second, you will have to file your application before the expiration of your current employment authorization, because if you miss a deadline and you will submit your application to renew your employment authorization after the expiration date, automatic extension will no longer be, and you will just have to wait for the new authorization to come. And of course, in certain situations, you will need to pay an appropriate fee. It's very important. So what are the categories? That's probably the main question. When can you get those automatic extensions? Well, first of all, it's for everybody who is in adjustment of status pending categories or C9. You will be able to take advantage of that automatic extension. You will not have to pay a fee with the new I-765 application if during your application for adjustment of status you paid the fee for the adjustment of status form I-485. It's very important. Then our self-petitioners. Our self-petitioners, they do not have to they also are eligible for this automatic extension. They have their own category. Sometimes they file not under C9, but they file under a different category for the employment authorization, and they will be able to extend the employment authorization automatically if they comply with the requirements I mentioned before. Asylum pending, category C9. C8, I'm sorry, will be able to take advantage of this rule. But remember, you have to file before the expiration of your current employment authorization. And when you file for extension for the asylum pending category, extension of your employment authorization, you will need to pay the fee now. First, asylum pending category EAD is free, then you have to pay the fee. This is the rule. Refugees, asylees, A03, A05 categories, you can get automatic extensions. TPS holders, as you're probably aware, can get their work authorizations under two different categories, if I'm not mistaken, A12 or C19, if I'm not mistaken. They're all eligible for the automatic extension. What else would be the most common situation? That cancellation of removal applicants, C10, also are eligible. So now remember, C33 category, DACA, not eligible. It means even if you file before the expiration of your current employment authorization, you will have to wait for the employment authorization to come in before you can start working again. So how do you find out which categories are eligible and which are not? Well, it's actually quite easy. You will go to uscis.gov website, and they list all the categories and explanations for that. And remember, when you file for the renewal, it must be in the same categories as you had before. So for example, let's say you have an EAD under C8 category, right? Asylum pending. But now you want to file for C9 category because you're filing for adjustment of status. That's a different category and no automatic extension for different categories, right? And you can read more about employment authorization situations on our website, www.shevtsova.com. Thank you.